Yeah, after removing the tires, you're gonna have to remove this bolt right here. I think it's size 14, and you can just leave this one alone. That way, once we remove this bolt, we can just lift this up. And also, if you want to remove the left hand or like the driver's side brake pads, you're gonna want to turn the wheels to your left, and that way you'll get more access to that bolt on that bottom right here. Yeah, you might want to hold this down with in my case I use the channel lock to just hold this down when I'm loosening up this bolt, because otherwise it'll just keep on spinning. So once you take this out, you can actually just lift this up. There you go. That's all you gotta do. Now you can just replace your brake pads. Just pull these two brackets. Right there. And just spray it out. This is my case. So yeah, I bought this brake pads from Amazon. So if you want to click the link below, just those are really low. Just compare them side to side. Yeah, it's about time to replace them. Alright, now you install the brake pads. Pretty much you just have to put them in place. And I don't know if you noticed, like the brake pads are much thicker now, and this caliper is actually pushed out a little bit because the old brakes are so like worn out. So you're gonna have to pry these two calipers piston in a little bit. So you will have to open up that brake fluid container open, that way it doesn't overfill. Yeah, if you notice this one, it's the level is a little bit below maximum right now, so I'm just gonna open it up. That way once I push those caliper in, the fluid will actually go back up. Use a screwdriver to push them out. Pretty much you're prying them in. Alright, I'm pushing it with the screwdriver. I don't know if you notice, it's going in slowly. You can see on the video. It's going slowly. Alright. Once they're in, you're gonna have to do the top side. Alright. After pushing those two calipers piston, notice the brake fluid level went up. I'm gonna have to do the other side. I think it's gonna go a little bit more higher. Now that the pistons are all the way in, they're kind of flush to the caliper now. All you can do is just drop it down, and pretty much you just put the bolt back in. you should be good. Don't forget to tighten it and torque it down. Also, don't forget this two clips. Pretty much their spring to push them out, push the brake pads out, and that way they don't create friction while you're not pressing the brakes. Two of them. Put the other one on the bottom. See how they are separating the brake pads? Now when you're not pressing the brake inside the car, the brake pads will actually push out pretty much a little bit. That way the friction will not pretty much create friction on the brake pads and the rotors. Now everything's tight, torqued down to the spec. Actually, you just want to straighten out the wheel and kind of press the brake a little bit on the inside. Give it a pump slowly, not all the way down. Once you feel it getting hard, then you push it down hard. Okay. Alright, the process on the passenger side will be the same thing. Pretty much you just have to take off your wheels, jack it up a little bit. Obviously I turned the wheels to the right. That way you gain access here, otherwise you're gonna have a hard time taking it out if it's on this side. Yeah, pretty much once you do that, remove all the brake pads, the old brake pads, and then put the new one in. Then pretty much the process is the same thing. Have to push the caliper in. Then yeah, you will notice that the brake fluid will actually go up a little bit more on the top side. So yeah. Just have to use your screwdriver or any plier you have. You just do this. Put a little bit of push slowly. It will slowly, but you have to put a lot of pressure. I'll actually go in slowly, just like that. That's how far you want it. So you gotta do the same thing on this side. Alright, same process here. Just have to put this spring to those little holes. One on the top and one on the bottom right here. Then I already pushed this two pistons in, so now just have to pretty much slide this thing down. And put this back together. Alright, after pushing those two piston calipers, you see, I don't know if you guys can see, but the brake fluid level actually went up a little bit. I think just because of whenever you get service, they'll actually top it off for you. Right now it's a little bit higher than max, but it should be okay as long as it's not overfilling. Otherwise you could just like remove some of the brake fluid in there, just take it out. But yeah, I'm gonna do some brake pumping a little bit and see, you might go down a little bit. After you put everything together, don't forget to put this brake fluid cap right here. Make sure it's properly installed, and that's it. I'm gonna give it a test drive. After starting it, maybe give it a little, maybe 4 or 5 pumps before I drive. Yeah, just make sure the brake doesn't go all the way to the floor before you drive it, because otherwise you're gonna crash or your car's not gonna brake once you put it on drive.